Thanks for joining us on ntTV News. I'm Janae Blocker.
And I'm Chris Goodwin. January 6th Committee Vice Chair Liz Cheney spoke yesterday on what the panel's final report will look like. Alongside information about former President Donald Trump, Cheney claims that the report contains information about members of Congress, which includes House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and 4 other Republicans in Congress who refused to comply to their subpoenas. Despite the complications, she says the committee has evidence regarding their attempt to overturn the 2020 election. Liz Cheney did not elaborate on any details that will be contained in the report, but said that this and more will be covered when it is released.
Russia has launched a series of missile strikes on the eastern border of Ukraine. Current reports show that the rogue missile strike that hit Poland yesterday was one of Ukraine's defense missiles, which has and was launched in response to the strike. These attacks occurred after the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky proposed a 10-point peace plan to end Russia's invasion. A Kremlin spokesman says that Russia has seen the proposal but does not believe the Ukrainian government is in negotiating good faith.
It's been a week since the midterm elections, and some reports are yet to be called. The Senate race is down to Alaska and Georgia, with votes in Alaska still currently being counted, and Georgia going into a runoff election this December. Despite the delay in results, the Senate appears like it will maintain its Democratic majority. For the House representatives, there are still 9 races yet to be called in California, Maine, Colorado, and Alaska. Currently, though, it looks as though the House will fall into Republican hands, as so far they have won 217 seats, with only 1 more win needed to control the House. I'm seeing more and more puffer jackets pop up here on campus.
I am excited for the weather because that means I get to look more fashionably stylish these days. Let's head over to Peter so he can let us know what outfits I can wear for the week.
Thanks so much, guys. Janae, I know you're excited. I know for me personally, it's just pretty cold outside to be outside just in general. It's 50 degrees outside right now, but it feels like 46. That just makes me want to stay in bed. 8-mile-an-hour winds hitting you in the face. That's just too cold for me. But tonight, it is going to get a little bit colder, of course, once the sun goes down. It's 34 degrees. It's going to get as low as about 33 thanks to a little bit slower 5-mile-an-hour winds. The wind's just kind of slowing down for us tonight. And then tomorrow, it's going to get all the way up to 57. Which is just pretty nice, but it's going to feel like 52. So still a little bit cold, but warming up just a little bit tomorrow, and the winds are going to stay slowed down just a little bit, 5 miles an hour. But that's what I have for your first look. Back to you guys at the desk.
We're past the small step. It's time for the giant leap. NASA's new rocket is heading for the stars.
And the Black Panther sequel is breaking records. Stay with us to find out more after the break.
6, 7.
Hey, didn't see you there. Just finished my 100th rep.
What number are we at now?
You ready to train?
Yeah!
You got your weights?
What number?
Yeah!
What number?
You got your energy drink?
Of course.
You got time to go to the Pole Recreation Center?
Yeah. What?
Listen, I didn't even graduate high school. I can't teach for the life of me.
Instead, UNT is offering workout classes at a moderate pace, including yoga, cycling, Pilates, and more.
Don't rely on your dad's old workout videos. Check out the UNT Rec Center today.
Live from UNT, it's Wheel of Culture!
Welcome back to Wheel of Culture. Our contestant is so close to solving this puzzle. But first, it's time to give the wheel a spin. Wow, you landed on London, one of the many places where you and your fellow students can go on a chance to experience new culture. But only if you can solve this puzzle.
I'd like to solve the puzzle. Study abroad.
That's correct. You just won yourself a trip to study abroad in London, England, and you can too. Just go to studyabroad.unt.edu to see deadlines and apply for scholarships. Get ready to study abroad.
near Sanctus Spiritus.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Hey, Maddie, miss me?
Wait, Bud?
What was that all about?
An old friend.
An old friend?
Good to see you, brother.
What the hell are you doing?
It's your lucky day.
The results are in. Florida beats Texas for most dangerous highway. Florida's I-95, claimed to be the most dangerous highway in America with 284 fatalities in 2019. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration released fatality numbers for the year 2019, and Texas landed in second and third place with the I-20 and I-35. The notorious I-35 stretches from Laredo up into Oklahoma, running through Dallas, Fort Worth, and Denton. And in 2019, it recorded 197 fatalities. The NHTSA has some tips for safe driving. First, avoid aggressive drivers. Second, don't inconvenience passing drivers. Third, avoid staying in the fast lane. And fourth, avoid distractions such as using your phone. And 5, try to prepare for your exit early.
Infections are still spreading here in Texas, and it's affecting people in many different ways. Our reporter, Asia Alcorn, is here to tell you more.
Well, Chris, you're right. The spread of infection hasn't only affected people's health, but has also brought stress to the normal family routine. The spike of RSV, flu, and COVID-19 are still on the rise, and children are being sent home from school and daycare for even the slightest symptoms. After speaking with local daycare owners, the primary symptoms they've noticed are cough, runny nose, diarrhea, and vomiting. Hospitals and pediatricians haven't gone a day without seeing an infected child. As a result of limited child care resources, families were forced to stay home and take care of their children. An all-time high of 100,000 people didn't go to work in the month of October. Stay safe and healthy out there, y'all. That's all I have for you for your health this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
After numerous weather delays, including 2 hurricanes, NASA finally launched Artemis 1. The unnamed spacecraft will orbit the moon before returning to Earth next month. Hurricane Nicole damaged a piece of the rocket's heat shield, which has been a major concern as the $4.1 billion rocket is heading into lunar orbit.
Hey Janae, I don't know about you, but I always get hungry right about after our show. I never know what to get for lunch.
You know, Chris, I totally agree with you. So why don't we check in with our live reporter, Leslie Juarez, and see if she's here, see if her story helps to decide what we will eat today. Leslie, what do you have for us today, girl?
Thank you, guys. Well, I hope I don't get you more hungry, but I have great news for all of you food lovers. Today is National Fast Food Day, and if you normally struggle to pick what to eat, or if you normally try to make a healthy pick, today makes the perfect excuse for a cheat day. National Fast Food Day is celebrated every year on November 16th, and whether you prefer grilled, fried, cooked, dine-in, carry-out, or drive-through, today makes the perfect excuse to spoil yourself and your loved ones. There are many options from Sonic, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Whataburger, Popeyes, you name it. So as you can see, I am standing right outside of the Union's Chick-fil-A, and I am actually about to get in line to contribute to this celebration. So make sure you get out there and contribute as well. That's all I have for now, but sending it back to the studio.
This weather is making me want to listen to my favorite Christmas music and snuggle up in front of the fireplace. Chris?
Personally, I am a Mariah Carey stan for the winter, but hey, let's go see with our weather anchor, Peter Rabel, for the full weather report.
Thanks, guys. Again, yeah, as we're looking, it's colder everywhere outside right now today, but it is looking kind of similar across our area. It's 50 degrees, 51 and 49 across the map, 50 here in Denton, 49 in McKinney, 51 in Dallas, and then just 49 in some of our further out areas here. Denton is, let's look at our further region here. Look at that. Denton, yeah, still is 50. We got 51 in Shreveport and Houston, 42 up in Oklahoma City. It's a little bit colder out at the edges. And then over here on this side, it is 49 in El Paso, 53 down in Austin. And then looking at our 7-day forecast here, if we take a look, it is going to be 57 tomorrow. That's going to be the high for the week, low of 33 as we get clearer skies. And then on Friday, looking low chance of rain, but still a possibility. It's going to be up to 47, so it's going to get a little bit cooler. And then that chance of rain is going to stay about pretty low the whole week, Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we do have a chance of rain coming back, but it's going to be up to 57 at that point. So raising temperatures throughout the week as we move through, and then about the same. But that's all I have for you guys for the weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
A newscast gone wrong, but it made for a fun story.
And the Queen Beyonce, my favorite, is breaking records, coming up next.
Hey man, are you okay in there? You look terrible. Have you been up all night? Don't you know that according to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, staying up all night can have a negative effect on your GPA?
Sleep?
Yeah, go to bed.
Hey, listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry.
Welcome back to ntTV News at noon.
Thank you so much for sticking with us. Beyonce enters the Grammy with a record-winning number of nominations. Plus, a look at some of the upcoming movies. Technical difficulties. CNN's Rick Damigella has your Hollywood Minute.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever dominated the weekend, debuting with $180 million, the best November opening ever. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
This will come as a shock to no one, but Black Panther: Wakanda Forever has the #1 movie of the box office this past weekend, bringing in a whopping $181 million this past weekend. It has the second best opening weekend all year behind Marvel's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
A special donation was received by one of country music's most known celebrities. Dolly Parton was selected by former CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Jeff often gives back by allowing people with platforms the chance to give back to organizations who they feel deserve it. Parton has been glorified for her contribution to the literacy of the world and the economy during the difficult times like the 2020 coronavirus, which had many businesses shut down, leaving many people unemployed. Parton penned a message to Twitter thanking Jeff and vowing to do good things with her donation. Jeff gives his recipients 10 years to distribute their funds.
Dave Chappelle hosted SNL this past Saturday, and while the show enjoyed its highest viewer ratings of the season thus far, Chappelle has been criticized for his opening monologue. The comedian was criticized for making jokes about his 14-minute-long monologue, which downplayed the recent anti-Semitic controversies of Kanye West and Kyrie Irving, including one in which he likened Jewish people in Hollywood to an Italian mob. In response, the Anti-Defamation League took to Twitter to decry the jokes, saying it was disturbing to see an NBC and SNL not just normalize, but popularize anti-Semitism. So far, NBC has not responded to the criticism.
Lots going on in the world of sports. I can honestly say I can't keep up. How about you, Chris?
Same here. I just don't know where to start. Thankfully, we have our sports anchor, Jasmine, to give us the latest details.
After the break, we'll discuss last night's Mavs game, some North Texas football, and an NFL game that had everyone on the edge of their seats. Stay with us.
Yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, so we have to watch the next one before next class, right?
We do?
I think so, but it's not on Netflix and it's not on Hulu, so...
Man, I don't want to pay for that.
So what do we do?
You think there's a place we could go to get the movie?
I'm not sure, maybe?
Oh, there's a place to get the movie.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it's right here on campus. Come on, I'll show you.
Midterm elections are coming up across the country on November 8th, and here at North Texas Television, we'll be giving you live updates throughout the night.
National and state race updates, original content on political issues, and bilingual coverage, North Texas Television is here to keep you informed.
We'll also have experts in political science and sociology to share their takes on hot-button issues at stake in these races.
Our live reporters will be covering the evening in Dallas, Denton, and the state capital, Austin, Texas.
Be sure to tune in for midterm election coverage right here on North Texas Television. We'll be going live from 7 to 9 p.m. on Frontier 46, Charter 192, YouTube, and Facebook.
Near Sanctus Spiritus.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Hey, Maddie, miss me?
Wait, Bud?
What was that all about?
An old friend.
An old friend?
Good to see you, brother.
What the hell are you doing?
It's your lucky day.
Has the weight of stress and anxiety ever felt too heavy to overcome? Wish there was a safe place to confide in? Wish granted. At UNT, we offer counseling and testing services to students located on the 3rd floor of Chestnut Hall. UNT, we're here for you.
So a man's been walking in the desert for days at a time. He finally comes across a bar and orders a Coke.
That's not funny.
Eh? Eh?
The Dallas Mavericks got the win last night against the Los Angeles Clippers 103-101. The Dallas Mavericks were led by their star player Luka Doncic. He had 35 points and 11 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field. Dorian Finney-Smith also had a season-high 21 points, including 7 threes. For the Clippers, Paul George had 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. They played last night without their other star, Kawhi Leonard. He's experiencing right knee stiffness from the surgery he had last year. And there's no timetable for his return either. The Dallas Mavericks are now 8-5 after that win, and they play again tonight at home against the Houston Rockets. Now for some NFL talk. If you were to only watch one football game out of all the games that happened this past week, the Vikings versus Bills would have been the one to watch. In the crazy overtime thriller, the Vikings somehow pulled out the win 33-30. The play of the game, or maybe even the play of the year, was Justin Jefferson's one-handed catch to extend the drive on 4th and 18. Jefferson ended the game with 193 yards and a touchdown to help the Vikings get this win. He's having a monster year. The Vikings are now 8-1 and the Bills are 6-3. Moving on to college football, our very own North Texas Mean Green lost this past Saturday to UAB 41-21. We scored all of our points for the entire game in the second quarter. UAB also had more passing and more rushing yards than North Texas, and they didn't punt the ball once the entire game. That's okay though, because our Mean Green football team is still eligible for a bowl game, and we have one more regular season game coming up on Saturday, November 26th against Rice. Hopefully we can end our regular season with a win before heading on to a bigger game. That's all I have today for sports. Back to Janae and Chris at the desk.
Thanks, Jasmine. Okay, we all know that baby animals are cute, but one little guy got his 15 minutes of fame trying to share the camera with college intern. Take a look.
Who isn't tickled pink when they see baby elephants? But this aspiring reporter was actually tickled
and disrupting the circle of life
as he tried to shoot a stand-up for Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
Save our wild species and provide a home.
Posted one commenter, "That elephant has a nose for news." Intern reporter Alvin Kaunda told Ghetto Radio he had done 10 takes trying to nail his stand-up when the elephant's trunk nailed him. I just felt the ticklish trunk, but tried to keep my cool. The elephant is an orphan named Kindani, living at the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust in Kenya. A keeper described her as one of the cleverest elephants he's ever met. Alvin learned a lesson I learned early on at my first job in TV.
Like my friend here.
Animals steal the show, be it pig or hippo.
She seems to like to be mocked. Okay, just kidding.
Instead of almost getting chomped, Alvin got trunked, and the pachyderm seemed to have an eye for the camera. All that exploring must have left the elephant wondering, what a tiny trunk you have, human. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
That was insane. I would be so scared. I don't know if I could let an elephant get that close up on me, Chris.
I know, right? Thankfully, we don't got any elephants running around campus because I know I would not be able to keep it straight on camera.
Absolutely not. Get that trunk away from me, please. Thank you guys for watching ntTV News at noon.
Join us again tomorrow here at North Texas Television.